XC racing. It looks pretty brutal, but what if I could get you stoked by sharing some reasons to try something you might not know much about? After all, XC is the most accessible mountain bike discipline we have. All you need is a start, finish, and some trails in between. And dare I say it, Christina, maybe even make it fun.
I don't know about all that, but believe it or not, Tom here has actually raced some World Cup cross-country events in the past, and he's got some experience, so he's gonna shed it upon me today. He's gonna take me back out to my virtual cross-country race course that I did earlier this season. Give me a couple reasons to not throw in the towel just yet, so.
Exactly, and maybe you can take something home to try it yourself, or maybe at the very least have a greater appreciation for those racers riding really, really hard, or maybe even just that uplift. First off, XC and XC racing doesn't need to be the multi-lap sufferfest we see at the World Cups. It can be a variety of things, from your local short after-work club races right through to mega point-to-point events. Basically, XC event can be anything where riders start at the same time, and whoever completes the course first wins. At the Olympics, riders race XCO, or cross-country Olympic format, and that's where they all start at the same time and can race for about an hour and a half, completing 5 to 7 laps of a 4 to 5 kilometre course.
Like we said, we're out here in Whistler today, but this is definitely not the Olympics.
Exactly, and rule number 1 here is run what you brung, your equipment. Make sure it's safe, but don't let it hold you back. You don't need the most lightweight, tech-savvy XC race machine to give it a crack. Everybody's type of fun is different. For example, today I'm on my aluminium hardtail. Now, hardtails make a great XC bike because the lack of suspension makes them lighter and can make them climb more efficiently uphill. This particular hardtail is a little heavier, bigger suspension up front and with heavier tyres, so won't be as quick up the hill as a more specific XC hardtail, but I'm still going to have a good time getting it up and down.
In comparison, the bike I've gone with today is a little more cross-country specific, but honestly, either bike, you're gonna have a good time. The reason my bike's a little more XC is we've got a steeper head tube angle, so it's gonna make a big difference on the big climbs uphill, just keeping some weight on that front wheel. And also, we've got less suspension up front than Tom. So I'm only rocking 120 mils of front suspension. He's got a bit more, but I do have 115 in the back, which, not gonna lie, feels really nice on those bumpy courses. And finally, my tires. They're definitely not as big and burly as the enduro tires I'm used to with all that grip, but they are fast rolling and they hook up on the rocks really nicely.
Exactly, if gunning for the XC win is your idea of fun, then maybe a more XC specific bike is for you. Help you climb up faster and rip around. And you could also transfer those skills to the bigger bike. Once you get used to handling the bike with those skinny tires and smaller suspension, bigger bikes, bigger trails, gonna seem like a piece of cake. Another reason to have a crack is that you can eat like a champion. Make sure you enjoy it. Yes, we see the top XC racers smashing NASA-inspired tubes of aerogel, but if we're not used to that, then it's gonna send your stomach to space and possibly other areas of your body too. So make sure you practice with what you're gonna eat on your race or ride day. You know, whether it's gels, cookies, bananas, sandwiches, just make sure your stomach's used to digesting it at that ride length and intensity.
Totally. Don't pull a Christina and just shove a chocolate gooey gel down your throat right before you race because you think that's what you need to do.
Typically for an hour and a half XC race, you're gonna wanna eat a solid filling meal a few hours beforehand and then top up the system 15 to 20 minutes before the start with something that's easily digestible. Again, it all comes down to personal preference, and always remember, when it comes to food, you're working hard, so make sure you treat yourself. Now we've talked about the gear, let's address the elephant in the room, fitness. Get your mates involved, make it social, maybe even make a plan. Now, fair play to you if you want to have a crack by yourself, but personally I find getting my friends involved help me stay motivated and keep me on track. Now, if you've got no friends and looking for some, make sure you check in with your local mountain bike club. they'll probably have organised events or races that you can go along and meet new people. Let's use an example to unpack that fitness element a little more. Maybe you've signed up for your XC race. That's a great start. But how long is it? Maybe it's 2 hours long. Can you ride for 2 hours non-stop right now? If not, that's fine. Make a plan to build up to it. Maybe start with an hour ride once or twice a week, then build to 1.5 hours, and then 2 hours. Also think about what terrain the course is going to be. Is it a sustained couple of climbs for a long while, or is it more undulating terrain? Make sure you practice that before race day. If you want to take it a little further, maybe even get yourself a coach or write yourself a proper training plan. Either way, the fitness that you'll take from XC will translate to other areas of your riding. So give it a go. Next up is pacing. It's something we don't talk about enough, and it's applicable to downhill, enduro, XC. The top XC athletes are racing at about 90% or above of their heart rate max for an hour and a half. For those of us who aren't top XC athletes, maybe something more useful to think about is how hard are you going on a scale of 1 to 10? That's often called a rating of perceived exertion, where 1 is basically you're asleep, 10 is you're breathing so hard you're tasting blood and your eyeballs are bleeding. That exact race pace will depend on your fitness and the course. But make sure you go out and practice so you're aware of what that feels like. There's no denying there's a little bit of type 2 fun in XC, but what we kind of wash over is what's happening up here. I'm talking about the mental demands, and they're transferable from racing, riding, through to life itself. But in all seriousness, give the mental skills a try. I find myself, self-talk is a great one. I said, just piss in my wetsuit. How good are burritos? I had chicken nuggets for breakfast. How good? Like literally talking to myself. And you can do it out loud or just inside your own head. You'll be surprised by how far a little good work, you little beauty, can go for yourself.
Something I do as well quite often, and I know a lot of other riders do, is practicing visualization. Sounds easy, but what we mean by that is literally picture yourself in your head cleaning that climb that you've never done before, or maybe you're standing, getting strong, up out of the saddle, pedaling, when usually you're just used to sitting down and pedaling. So just like physical skills, mental skills take a lot of practice to get good at them. So don't give up, because literally talking to yourself, I mean, it's the way forward.
There it is. I hope you've taken a few ideas away to get you stoked to try an XC event, or not. It's up to you.
And full disclaimer, it might suck a little bit, it might even hurt, but in a hurt so good kind of a way. You know what we're talking about. With silly friends like Tom, wacky ideas, give XC riding a go. You've got physical preparation, a little bit of mental preparation in your head as well. All those things are gonna help you make the most of your time out on the trails.
Exactly. I think, Christina, it's time we walked the talk and gave this fun a crack ourselves. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, because I not so secretly like talking about XC and might have to make another video. Let's get into it.
Eat my dust.